What's up, guys? This is part 2 of the show for gamers, Mass Effect 2 review. So we already talked about the story, we already talked about loading in your game, we talked about the new characters, the facial animations, and the combat and ability systems, all that stuff. Check out part 1 if you didn't watch that yet.
We'll put under that. Wow.
Yeah, so now when you're exploring the galaxy, you can visit tons. You're basically exploring all the Terminus system, the outlaw, separate from Citadel space systems that you heard about in the first game. A lot of these places are lawless. Almost every planet is undiscovered. And basically what you're going to be doing is flying from planet to planet, galaxy to galaxy. When you fly from each star cluster to star cluster, the Normandy now has fuel. Now, when I first heard that, I was like, fuck, dude, I don't know. It's not that hard to manage.
No.
It adds a little reality to the game. It gives you a reason to scan planets, otherwise you wouldn't scan.
Right.
So basically, you can enter orbit into most anything now, and you basically circle the planet, and you can scan it for 4 different types of minerals.
Resources.
Yep, you use those resources to upgrade your ship, your tech abilities, your biotic abilities, your weapons and
upgrades, armor.
Yeah. So there's a reason to find that, but every once in a while, you'll hit the planet orbit, and the AI of the ship, Edie, basically like, I've detected an anomaly. Well, now you have to scan around and try to find this specific radio signal or anomaly. That's where you can land, and there's a mini N7 mission.
Yeah.
You take your crew on, usually taking out pirates or fighting small pockets of Geth, or choosing which section of a human colony gets bombed by missiles. So there's big decisions involved in those N7 missions.
And now it's not, you don't have to, drive around the planet and try to find all these little mineral deposits.
Mako's gone.
When
you have to land on a planet, you land right where you need to, and you go on your mission,
get out,
you're done, you're back to Normandy.
Boom, you go on Normandy. And then from there, that's where you scan the planet and shoot orbs and get the minerals.
Little tip when you're scanning, gas giants tend to not have a lot of minerals. They tend to be very scarce in minerals, but they do tend to have a little bit more element 0 than some other ones.
And element 0 is the
hardest the hardest thing. Check out planets close to stars. Those tend to have a lot of element 0. And smaller planets and moons, those are usually rich in minerals and deposits.
And they show you that right away too, because you have a little scanner bar. It shows if it's really poor in minerals, heavy in minerals, rich. And sometimes it'll be at rich, and you'll throw a couple pods down, and it'll say it's gone down to good or moderate and stuff. So it'll actually show how much.
When you're exploring the galaxy, also keep an eye out for derelict spaceships out there, because there's usually stuff on them too. Replayability is ridiculous. You can get with almost every, romantically, you can get involved with almost every person that you can get on your team. Mine is a couple for obvious reasons, but so that right there, just off the top of my head, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost 5 characters, maybe 6, that you could get romantically involved with. That alone is reason enough for 5 or 6 playthroughs.
Right.
Now again, this is a 2-disc thing. You're playing 40, 60 plus hours with each character. Once you beat the game, now when the game ends, you can still run around the galaxy and level up and search for stuff, or you can take that character, reload them, and start back with all the stuff you've unlocked, and unlock even more bonuses for that character.
Yep.
So, little things I found. Along with the alien races, we got the Collectors are new, the Vorcha are new, and the Drell are new. And you'll have a playable Drell on your team, Thane Kratos. You get to visit really cool places like the Asari trading planet of Ilium. You get to visit the Krogan homeworld of Tuchanka. You get to visit derelict space stations, Omega, which is basically the complete opposite of the Citadel. It's a lawless mining station out in the middle of an asteroid field.
An asteroid field, right?
You get to check out Geth space stations, Geth planets, old Quarian colonies. Yes, you do get to visit the migrant fleet. I mean, the locations you heard about and wanted to visit, you can now visit.
Yeah, you couldn't get to, and you were like, oh, that sounds sweet.
Other places like the local cluster, which is our solar system, you can go back there, steal all the minerals from those places. You can hit back to Citadel, along with all the other unexplored places. You do find very interesting things out about the Geth, the Quarian, the Asari. Like almost every race that you dealt with before, you'll find even more about the races, along with the new races. So keep looking at them codex, read all the secondary stuff. It's totally worth it. check out your private terminal on the Normandy for little stuff, past characters that you met, find out how they're doing. Some small glitches. I've heard complaints about audio glitches. There's still things where, oh, they're holding a gun and it's floating into their arm a little bit, or hands float into legs a little.
I had like one video where like the screen was like, it was only like my nose up and it was showing the person behind me that I was talking.
I had a
couple of those.
I had a small exchange where Shepard was sitting, but he was sitting in the desk. He wasn't in the chair. But in-game play, the only things I found was one time I got stuck in the box while I was walking around Alien. I was stuck on top of this box. And then, basically, so the camera's behind me, and here's the aiming reticle. Sometimes, this happens to me every once in a while, where here's the aiming reticle, but I'm stuck looking like this, and I shoot it and it shoots off that way. Where and I have to reload my game.
It doesn't aim it. Those are, you know, don't happen.
Those are few, and they're faint enough that the game's so big we can't downgrade it for that.
It's such a huge game, exactly. You can't expect a game this huge to not have small, minute things like that, and they happen so. They don't happen enough to, you know.
The game is huge. It's rich. It's artistic. It has a lot to say. You're gonna really enjoy how emotionally invested you get in all the characters. 10 out of 10 for Mass Effect.
Yeah.
EA, you did it again. You locked off the character, and you're charging 1,200 points to unlock that in the Normandy crash site for people that didn't get the collector's edition. It is worth it, but it's just kind of bullshit.
But
locking that off.
It's unfair. I guess the one more thing a couple of small things that I found that were kind of annoying once in a while is when you get, you know, friend online, that kind of thing.
That pops up right where your talking wheel is.
Your talking wheel, you know, all your talking options, it pops right there, so I have to wait for them to leave. And then once in a while, I'll just get a point where like the font color blends in with like someone's suit.
Yeah.
So once in a while, I'm like, I don't know what even my dialogue option is because I can't even read it. But
yeah, some of the dialogue it would be better on a high def TV.
But it's still a 10. You know, not every game's perfect. It still deserves a 10. Though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get.
So thanks for watching that, guys. It was 10 out of 10. Mass Effect 2. You guys got to check it out. Basically, a couple stores around our area closed down, and we went in and bought a bunch of stuff we thought you guys would like. We're going to start up another thing. On top of the random image where you can win the t-shirt, we're now going to have questions. First person gets that right, we'll contact them, and we'll send you something out of the bag. Watch the behind the scenes under this to see a couple of the prizes. Next week, we're going to be reviewing Meg, and upcoming also is BioShock 2. So it's going to be freaking sweet. Woo. Good ones are coming.
Alright.
I mean, next episode is episode 24, and it's called Reboot Robot Deluxe Edition. So check that out. Again, guys, thanks for watching. So the question to win for the prize is how many episodes were we out of the studio? Total. Like, how many episodes did we not shoot in a studio?
How many episodes were we not here?
We were not at this table. How many episodes were we not at the table? Check it out, guys. Thanks for watching.